You're unbelievable.
Hello one, hello all. I know some of you probably took a nap during that intro, but Cody got a bite or two. I come to you, as always, as CP, otherwise known as Charles. I am joined by none other than Cody Leach. Cody,
Hello.
hi there.
What's up?
So this music thing has been, kind of kicking off with you guys. I'm gonna have
Nice
to change.
of pace.
I fucking man. I'm tired
Didn't
of
have to
talking
say
about.
fucking Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees. What?
Yeah. I'm curious to know like what the equivalent of that is in the music community, like Britney or Christina Aguilera. Which one? I'm dating myself with
Metallica or
those two.
Megadeth.
Yeah.
You like load and reload? I bet you wear Crocs too, bro.
So today's episode, I've been doing a bunch of different music themed stuff, and today we're going to be talking about good songs. They're good songs. Let's not have any sort of mistake here. We're not saying for the most part they're good songs. We're not saying they're bad. We're just saying that there's just a bit too much. They got played too much for one reason or another, whether it be on the radio, perhaps you had an ex-girlfriend that just loved it and played it in the car all the time, and now you're just done with it.
Or you had a coworker that decided to play this song as you were closing up the shop every fucking day on repeat for months. Sorry.
Right, exactly.
For like 3 years.
So Cody, I will start with you.
Rudy.
How do you? Hey, Rudy. How did you get music that was out of your control? Like, because usually if we don't want to hear a song, we just change it. So, before the age of YouTube music and iPods and all of that, there was radio, which I'm assuming might be your answer. But how were you subjected to music that you had no control over?
The radio for sure. Like I grew up where I used to always burn a lot of CDs. That was kind of my way of getting out of the radio. But then I've also owned vehicles that did not have a CD player. And so I've had times where I've only had the radio or rented a car or got a loaner vehicle while something was in the shop. And those are the times where my existence is agony. I'm just like, I don't care if it's Sirius or iHeart, it's all the same shit. It's just like, stop playing the fucking song, please.
Quick question. Did you ever listen to the radio in your house?
I don't think so. Maybe once or twice, but for the most part, if I was in the house, it was a CD that was getting put on.
Yeah. I'm the same exact way. I grew up with a bunch of beaters for cars, and sometimes I was lucky if they had a cassette player, and even then, usually it was broken and it would chew up the. For those of you who don't know the difficulties with cassettes, they just get fucking reeled up, and it's all. That's it. The player chews it up, and next thing you know, you have a bunch of fucking.
I had an era there where I had two different devices. Whenever iPods started to become the thing, but you didn't have a fancy little radio in your car. Whatever, you had the old shit box.
The cassette thing.
The cassette thing, and then I had one thing that felt like a huge upgrade where it fit into my cup holder, and it would it would modulate it over to one of the unused radio stations. So
I
you
had
have
to,
to,
dude, I
you would
had
have
the
to
same
scan
shit.
for one, and
Yeah,
then
like
as you were driving,
88.1.
as you were driving to another town, that radio station would start to get used. You're like, what the fuck's going on? You have to sit there and scan again while you're driving. Fucking Enter Sandman's bleeding through. Stop.
Yeah, you hear like a little bit of both, and you're like,
Yeah.
ah. But yeah, same thing. You know, I had shit cars, and I was forced to, like, I'm not going to sit there in silence, but I guess I'll torture myself and listen to what the radio is going to give to me. And boy, did they give it to me.
Mhm.
But yeah,
There was times I chose silence. I was like, fuck it, the wind.
if you're sitting in traffic, though, it's just like
Oh,
I need some sort of stimulation. So for the most part, we're going to be talking about rock because we're two rock guys.
yeah.
And there's no real, you know, we're not ranking anything. It's just overplayed, you know, music. And
Mhm.
again, we're not saying the songs are bad. We're just saying that there's like saturation. Like I feel that Marvel movies they're good. I'm just tired.
Oh
I'm
God,
just
Rudy's in the
tired of
chat. Don't get him started.
Wait, what? Oh, with the Marvel?
Yeah, he's at home right now. Like,
Oops.
right, fucking right.
All right. So Cody, you were foaming at the mouth in the chat yesterday. I kind of wish you were here yesterday. So why don't you kick us off with the first overplayed track?
Okay, well, I have 3 from the same album that
Oh
are
my God.
equally overplayed, and I'm gonna start with this one because it's one of my all-time favorite bands and an album that means so much to me, but the radio is beginning to ruin it,
Mm-hmm.
if it hasn't ruined it already, and that's Enter Sandman,
Mm.
The Unforgiven, and Nothing
Mm.
Else Matters.
Mm.
Probably the
Mm.
emphasis on Nothing Else Matters because that seems to be the one that I hear the most anymore. It used to be Enter Sandman, but
Really? Okay.
yeah. But see, like Metallica is easily one of my favorite bands of all time. I love all eras of Metallica, so I'm one of those guys, one of those weirdos that
I agree.
doesn't drop off at load. But for a band like that, like you could probably argue the most popular band of all time, at least at one point, certainly was. And you only hear 3 fucking songs out of like 10 albums
That's a good
every time
album.
you're on the radio. Once in a great while, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Once in an even greater while, Master of Puppets. Maybe in some weird podunk town somewhere, you might hear
One,
some
maybe
yeah,
one every now and
one or Seek and Destroy.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not hearing shit from Load Past
Mhm.
until It Sleeps got a little bit of airways, but after that, but it's
Oh,
always Enter
I
Sandman, The
I have
Unforgiven.
one that is on load actually or reload. I forgot. I beg to differ, sir.
Mm.
I at least here, Fuel got played
Oh, I
to
never hear Fuel.
death. Really?
Never. Dude, I'm telling you, like, I'm not the best person to ask because I have like years that I don't
Mhm.
listen to the radio. So maybe things change every once in a while. But anytime that I have been forced to listen to the radio, it's always those 3 songs. It's
It
always
all
Enter Sandman. And The Unforgiven always fucks with me too, because there's 3 different Unforgivens that got the same intro. So I'm like, are they gonna surprise me? Fuck no, it's the same one. And so like I just don't get it. Like that was you could argue usually between Black Album and Master Puppets most time I see is people arguing as their best albums. But there's so many damn good songs off of Black Album. If you want to focus on Black Album, fine, but
dude.
fuck, there's like 7 other songs on there that are awesome.
Dude, those last 4 or 5 tracks,
Yeah.
you just let it
Struggle
roll.
again.
Yeah,
Struggle
man.
again.
Yeah, My Friend in Misery. Fuck, let's go.
Yeah.
Um, this is another interesting thing that we should point out. I'm in the New York metro area. Cody is in Georgia.
Mhm.
Very different
Demographics.
demographics for music. what would you say is the big, like, what is the big genre for music down there?
Country.
Country.
Well, it's between country and rap.
Country and rap. Yeah,
Yeah.
here
At least when I was
it's
in high school, it seemed like everybody listened to rap or country. I don't know as you grow older. I know whenever I was working, and we would, trade off who got to control the sound bar, the little portable speaker. If I didn't have it, it was either country or rap getting played. So yeah.
yeah, here it's like top 100. Like
Mhm.
whatever is
The melting
popular.
pot.
Yeah, yeah, like Drake, whatever the fuck, Justin Bieber, just
Mhm.
ugh. And again, like I said off air, we have 8 million people that live here, and what we don't have enough rock fans for one little tiny radio station. All
Wow.
right,
We
all
have
right.
2.
Thanks. Keep playing that Katy Perry. Thanks,
Mhm. We have
appreciate it.
95.5, which is like the classic rock station, which is like, mid 90s back. And then you have 106.1, which plays some older stuff, but it's predominantly the newer stuff. It's 3 Days Grace and, Shine Down, Godsmack, Disturbed, stuff like that. So
Our
you tend to go back and forth. And we were talking off air. I used to always get pissed off because you'd put on 95.5 and it'd be Enter Sandman and be like, fuck. And then you'd switch it over to 106.1 and they'd be playing like some Shine Down song you've heard 85 times. Like, God damn it. Rocking a hard place.
I see now. I don't know if we should have like a threshold year, because if we get into classic rock, I can really
I don't have a
just
threshold year. I've got everything. I got a whole bunch of bullet points that's like 70s to 90s, and then I have like 5 that are newer bands.
yeah, because I mean, you said it yesterday. Back in Black gets played to death up here.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll get there.
uh, yeah. All right, we'll get there. Um, it's in the thumbnail. I loved. I think the song's incredible. I just don't want to ever hear it again, and that's really really unfortunate. And that's Nirvana's "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Thank you. Now,
Me,
look, I come from a weird perspective because I'm not really a big Nirvana fan. I think they're extremely overrated.
I agree.
I'll take
Of the grunge era, give me
yes,
Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple
easily.
Pilots.
Stone Temple Pilots, I'm like, like that's right there teetering with Nirvana, but
Mm,
certainly I will take Soundgarden, and absolutely I'll take Alice in Chains
mhm.
any day of the fucking week. The only people that I think Nirvana easily beats out is Pearl Jam, but
I
um,
agree, man.
yeah, but that's
Yeah,
just a whole thing. That's a weird other
yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
But yeah,
Great.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. They have songs that I like. Like probably my favorite Nirvana song is "Come as You Are." But I
Mhm.
only ever hear "Smells Like Teen Spirit," and they're, like,
Yeah.
supposed to be this radio darling. You got that, you got Heart-Shaped Box, you got other ones that I never hear them, I only hear this one.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's really strange. Even that album, like Drain You is a really good song on that album. Like why not just change it up and play that every now and again? Like what the fuck with this shit? It's a good song. It's neat. I mean, all of glam metal has that song to blame for the end of their careers, but
Mhm.
uh you know, how much is too much? Like there's there's singles, and then like it's kind of, I'm a movie channel where we're movie guys. I guess I'll keep bending back and forth. It's kind of like the movie business where it's just like let the audience decide what's good.
Mhm.
Maybe there's a track that isn't a single that people want to hear, that would probably really have a good time with, but no, it's what the label sends out. It's really kind of,
It's weird. I wish
yeah.
that there be a radio station, which I guess, that's what the apps are for nowadays, but I wish there was a radio station that would be more geared towards requests, like legitimate
Mm,
call in, write in, email in requests, and, have something like that, but yeah, it's it feels like they've been playing the same playlist since like '92, and
Yeah.
you get a couple new ones sprinkled in, but it's the Smells Like Teen Spirit. I mean, it was a song that kind of was a divide of an era. Like you said, it was the end of the hair metal era and the beginning of the grunge era, and so that song kind of encapsulates that era just because of that. But
Yeah. Yeah,
there's
it's
more.
it's like the marker. It's like
Yeah,
that stone in the ground. This is where everything changed.
yeah, exactly.
All right, what else you got?
All right, coming in hot with this one.
Uh-oh.
So do you just want to go one song at a time? Is that what you want to do, or
We're just
okay?
spitballing. The
Okay.
chat's going fucking berserk. So
Yeah, I saw Tim trying to say that all those bands weren't grunge. I just left that one alone. Uh,
what?
anyway, I'm sure nobody will disagree with this. I have 4 songs from the same band, 3 from the same album.
Man, you hate albums.
Welcome to the jungle.
Oh.
Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, and November Rain. Now, look, it's no secret for anybody that's ever listened to me speak about music for more than 5 seconds. I'm not a fan of GNR. I love Slash. I got a lot of respect for a lot of the musicians in the band, not including Axl Rose. But that's a band. I call them one-hit wonder that had more than one hit. They had Appetite for Destruction, which, credit where credit's due, one of the best albums ever. But for fuck's sake, it's been how many decades? Like, they're touring right now, and they're just basically living off the legacy of that one album. Like, there's no writing, no recording, nothing like that. Like, I get it whenever Axl Rose was touring with his, Frankenstein band, because nobody wanted to talk to him, that he just played the hits. But we were talking yesterday, there's some great songs on Appetite for Destruction that never get played. Night Train,
My
Rocket
Michelle.
Queen, My Michelle, Mr. Brownstone. You got the Use Your Illusion albums, which has some great songs. Don't Cry is on that. That's my favorite GNR song. Never fucking hear that. I think one time in my entire life, and I was shocked. I was like, holy shit, they're playing this? But Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, and Paradise City absolutely is just constant rotation. Always those 3. And then November Rain slips its dirty little fingers in there once in a while. And that's just, that kind of encapsulates my entire issue with like this thing, songs that are overplayed. Because like you take an album like that's like era defining gem, and you've just destroyed it. Like, I can't stand to listen to that album at all, just because I feel like the fucking radio just ruined it.
Yeah. That's why when I was old enough to when I was a teenager, I had money that I could just piss away. And if I heard a song on the radio that I liked, I bought the album. And then I like tried to ignore the rest of that band as far as their radio is concerned. And then I ended up liking things that weren't the single that was playing, and that was a lot of fun for a while. But it's how people should experience music, and I don't think that'll ever happen again. Like, people
No,
just
there's
it's
albums
just
that are,
singles now.
there's albums that are made to be, they're very meticulous sometimes about, this is where we're going to start. We're going to lead to this. It's not like they just scramble
They
and
tell a
throw the songs
story
on
or
there.
some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, or they change the vibe throughout it or something like that. And so there's a lot of albums out there that are quite literally made to be an experience.
Right.
But people
Pink
are just
Floyd was
kind of,
big on doing
they're
that shit.
taking the toothpick and just kind of sticking it in the piece that they want to try, and
Yeah.
that's all they ever experience. I mean, you got a lot of people out there that would swear like, I love Guns N' Roses. Name some songs. Welcome to Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City. Those are my favorites. Any others? No, I haven't listened to any others. It's just like, oh my God.
Patience. I always felt like patience just really why
Chris
do
Cornell, after he died, they released a acoustic version cover of that song. It's pretty awesome,
Chris
by the way.
Cornell did?
Mhm.
Dude, there's a concert. It's really creepy knowing how Chris Cornell, passed shortly thereafter. But um, Chris Cornell did a tour with Temple of the Dog, and they were covering a bunch of like his dead friends, and he covered a Lane song. He covered a bunch of, and he was like really emotional, and you look back and you're like, did he know? Like why was he so emotional about covering dead people's music? And
Mhm.
Chris Cornell, man, his range was just oh oh
Every fucking singer that we lose early is just like
yeah.
you never lose the shitty singer. Like, I know
Yeah.
that sounds dark. You never lose the shitty one that can't sing. It's always the one that's like, "No, the fuck?"
With all due respect,
Yeah.
Mick Jagger still bouncing around like, dude, come on, man.
If you outlive me, I'm gonna be really pissed.
You've had enough.
Yeah.
I'm not wishing death on anybody. I'm just saying they have a full catalog.
What we're saying is you can't always get what you want. Which is on this list, by the way.
One when I was a kid that this isn't like hard rock, but it played on the rock station. Was Wonderwall by Oasis,
Mm,
and holy fuck. It's again a good song that I enjoyed the first couple of times, but it's got that earworm that gets said maybe,
mhm.
and then you just like that's all you hear in your nightmares, and you're like, fucking what with that damn chorus?
Yeah, that was one that I missed, the era where it was really popular, because I never
Good for
really listened.
you.
Yeah, I totally missed that entire era. So now that's one of the few songs that I know belong on this list that I don't mind hearing because I haven't heard it that much. I'm like, "Oh, it's this
That's
one."
nice. It's nice to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that way every now and again. Like, whenever you discover something that like you somehow missed, but like the rest of the world is just like tired of.
Mhm.
Like Michael Jackson's uh the album before Thriller.
Off
There's
the
some,
Wall?
yeah, there's some decent stuff on there that some people are sick of. Like I remember I was playing PYT and somebody was like, "Oh, why with this song?" I'm like, I kind of like this. What do you mean?
Put in your headphones and shut up.
My
Oh, man.
house, my stereo. Yeah, you're gonna listen.
There's a phrase on, I think it's Supernatural. Where they're arguing about what music to play, and he's like, "Driver picks the music, shotgun shuts his cake hole."
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and that's the other one that I was gonna say earlier.
mhm,
Like the other not in control of what you're listening to is
mhm.
if you're getting a ride from someone, you got to eat
Wife,
shit.
my wife. My wife listens to the radio. She does not like control over her music and her fucking radio station. It's a genre that I am not a fan of, so I'm unfamiliar with all of this shit. But I will have equally the same experience as I have with all these songs that I have listed that I've heard for 30 years because her radio plays the same 6 fucking songs on rotation. Every time I
Uh,
make her drive, I'm like, they were playing this shit when we got out the car last week.
what type of music is it?
Top 100 stuff like you're
Oh,
talking
dude,
about. Like,
I can't
yeah,
with that shit.
Justin Bieber or Drake and all the stuff that you said. It's different
Yeah,
genres. It's not rock. It's everything but rock because rock can't
yeah,
be in the top 100. It's top 100 everything else.
yeah. You know what? To your point earlier, I guess we're just gonna keep going back and forth.
Mhm.
Uh, Amy Winehouse, I missed.
Yeah.
And my ex-wife at the time, she's like, I'm done with this. But then I watched the documentary, and holy shit, she can sing, and a lot of her tracks were quite good,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of glad I missed that. That it's one of those things where if you discover a top 100 song and it's actually something you like, it's like, ooh,
Mhm.
where did this come from? Just coming in. How are you guys doing? We're doing well. Mike, how are you?
Not too shabby.
Rap music you don't like? I wouldn't say I don't like it. It's just
I would.
not. Cody would. I just it's not at the top of my list. There's rap music that I like. Lately I'll say no. I'll absolutely say no.
I can appreciate some of like the 90s rap. Like
Yes, yes,
if I hear a
yes,
Tupac or a Biggie or
yeah,
NWA or something, some of there was some more artistry to it back then. I
yeah. They
feel
had
like
something to say.
yeah, like I can get
Yeah,
into some of that actually.
Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Exactly. Even some Eminem stuff, like I can get it like okay, yeah, I can hear the message here, but then the newer stuff is just like
yeah.
no.
I forgot what the fuck I stumbled across that was like super popular, and they're super popular online, and it's these two white kids with like dreads, and like it sounds like they're fucking around, but they're
Mm,
like ultra popular, and I was just like, I don't get it.
yeah, it's
Is
odd.
is is this an Andy Kaufman bit? Because this really isn't music. I what
The
I don't
Island Boys.
I don't Island Boy. Yes,
That's what
yes,
they're
the
saying in
Island
the chat.
Boys. That's it. No, thank you. Woof.
Speaking of no thank you, um Black Sabbath did make other songs besides Paranoid and Iron Man, just so you
No.
know. You'd never fucking know you listen to the radio because those are the only two you ever fucking hear, but no.
Hmm.
2 eras, 2 different singers, 2 of the most popular rock metal singers of all time.
Probably two singers that probably were better off without Black Sabbath than when
Well,
they
we
were
got that
in Black
next.
Sabbath.
I got them right after this. But yeah, I mean, Black Sabbath, man, you got like even the older, the very early Black Sabbaths has got a lot of Nativity in Black, and War Pigs probably is teetering on being on this
That
list.
gets
Um,
some play.
some play, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't hear it nearly as much as the other two, but you got that. I mean, you got uh shit, I'm blanking, but you got a lot of stuff from the first couple albums that is great stuff, and then of course the whole Dio era might as well not even fucking exist on the radio, and then
Mm,
you wouldn't know that they've recorded albums since
yeah.
mid 70s because
Yeah.
you're never going to hear a new Black Sabbath song.
Yeah, because don't they just them and Ozzy just get back together every 5 or 6 years and
Something like that. I'm not really a
tour?
big Black Sabbath fan, I'll be honest, so I don't follow them too much. I'm much more, to your point, much more of a fan of the singers on their own.
Right, right.
But I am familiar with a lot of their stuff. I mean, you got the Mob Rules and all this. They were big albums, but you just never fucking hear them because it's always Paranoid and Iron Man. And
Dice says adjacent to Black Sabbath, Crazy Train. That is
that was
Ozzy
that was my
on his
next
own.
that was my next one. Crazy Train and Mom, I'm Coming Home.
Oh, Mom, I'm coming home. Oh,
Hmm. Because
oh,
you had No More Tears, that was like that real huge hit commercial ish album that came out there in the middle of the Ozzy Osbourne solo stuff, which is possibly my favorite Ozzy Osbourne album as far as the solo stuff. But it's really Mama, I'm Coming Home is the only
not Bark
song.
at the Moon, huh?
No.
Okay, all right.
Um, No More Tears gets a decent amount of airplay too, but it's also a longer song, so you don't hear it near as much. Mama, I'm Coming Home, it's always that one or Crazy Train. And Crazy Train, I even more so than Paranoid and Iron Man, I never want to hear that fucking song again.
Yeah, dude.
Ever.
Within seconds, when you hear the dude, I was like, nope,
Yeah.
nope,
Nope.
nope,
Yep.
nope,
Yep.
nope, nope.
Yep. Exactly. I used to have somebody.
I.
Yeah, yeah. I used to have somebody that I worked with at Target that was their ringtone, their alarm, and everything. And they were like a manager that had alarms throughout the day, and so I would hear it all the time. And I'm like, fucking stop it.
Dude, I had somebody who at their wedding they came out to it, and I was like, I'm taking my gift back. I'm leaving.
Yep.
You fucking people are no
Annul
longer
this
my
shit.
friends.
Yeah.
Symptom of the Universe is that's Black Sabbath, right? That's not. I'm confused.
It must be. It sounds like a Black Sabbath song. Just the title alone sounds Black Sabbathy.
Yeah. yeah. Dying, mortal death,
doom,
hell, and dying and things. It is Sabbath. Thank you, Logan. Symptom of a Universe. I kind of enjoyed a bit, but you know, there's no way that got radio play. But no. I digest. Bark at the Moon is the best Ozzy solo song.
To each their own. It's a good song. It's not my favorite. That Jake E. Lee era was interesting because that's the only Ozzy album that I don't want to say it's dated, but it's the only album that just feels 80s. You know what I mean? Like the first couple albums that he did, Blizzard of Oz and all that, like it was a new sound because you had Randy Rhoads, and then he had that Jake E. Lee album come out, Bark at the Moon, and that's just Ozzy. That's just 80s Ozzy. Shot in the dark. You know, you have that whole era that's just 80s, and then everything after that is Ozzy. So it's just like you have signature Ozzy, 80s album, signature Ozzy. It's kind of like when Kiss did that disco era where it's just like that weird meat in between the sandwich of Kiss.
I guess I'll spoil it now and ask you if the track with Lita Ford, is that on your list?
It's not. You're talking about oh fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue.
I know. I wish I remembered the name of the song.
My eyes forever.
Yeah.
I actually like that song, but I don't like this album at all. But I prefer the version that came out. There was a band that with David Draymond that came out when Disturbed was kind of on a little hiatus that was called Device.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's a cover version of that with him and Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, who I love. And I think their version is much better than the Ozzy Lita Ford version.
Dude, she's a really good cover artist. She does a fucking hell of a lot of cover songs that are really, really, really good.
Yes. So yeah, I don't mind that song.
Yeah,
and I don't really hear it that often, to be honest.
It's borderline for me because I don't know. You know, it actually bothers me more than Kiss Me Once, Kiss whatever the fuck, Kiss Me Deadly. Fucking Lita Ford.
Jerry Bomb. My daughter learned that song and she would just go around and just sing that one line over and over again. And I'm like, there's more of the song. Learn it.
Dude, those earworms, man. East Coast Gamer says Amy Lee of Evanescence, best female voice in rock. You need to listen to more rock, I think.
Yeah, I mean, again, to each their own. I would not say that.
Yeah, these are all opinions, of course.
It's hard to top Lizzie Hale, in my opinion, as far as newer artists. Like her range, especially if you've seen her live, it's just like, whoa.
Speaking of live, Evanescence released a live album, and Amy Lee could not hit certain notes, and
never really got into them, to be honest. Like the first song that they came out with, it was on like Daredevil and shit that everybody heard. I know that song, and then there was one other song that was like a single 3 or 4 albums later that I liked, but I've tried to listen to them, and it's very like operatic and orchestral, and you know, I like a little more rock, like you know, like Hailstorm, Lizzie Hale. That's like rock, hard rock, and that's more my style, I guess.
The Evanescence song I like is the dan 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 dan. I can't for the life of me, I don't know the name of it.
Somebody in the chat will know it. Yeah, Bring Me to Life. That's what I was talking about, Patrick.
Oh, that would be on my list for Played Out. Way too
definitely
much.
Played Out. I'm saying that's the only song that I've known by them.
Wake me up. I may get shit for this, but Miley Cyrus covered Doll Parts on Howard Stern, and it was absolutely phenomenal.
I'm unfamiliar with Doll Parts. What is that?
As am I.
I will say this, like, I'm not a fan of Miley Cyrus as far as her music, but you can't take it away from her. She's a good singer. Like, she's a good artist. I was a little turned off by her, like, transition phase from, like, Disney to, like, sex kitten or whatever the fuck she was trying to be for a
Yeah.
while. She's kinda tapered back on that a little bit and just been a little more serious, but, for a while there, it was just like, "I'm naked all the time," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"I
Yeah.
get the point."
I'm French. I don't shave my arms, and I'm wearing really tight vinyl pants that
Yeah,
somehow gets right up into my rib cage.
it's a whole song, Courtney Love. Well, that's why I'm unfamiliar with it because 'cause I've never listened to anything that Courtney Love's done.
Courtney Love, when they covered Fleetwood Mac's Gold Dust Woman, I enjoyed that.
The Hailstorm cover is much better.
Did she covered Gold Dust Woman, really? Uh-huh. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll have to listen to that. Yeah. Hailstorm, what the fuck did she cover that I thought was incredible?
One of my
Uh,
favorite covers of hers, which is a song that I wouldn't automatically be a fan of, because it's very 80s and it's like corny love song, but All I Wanna Do Is Make Love to You by Heart. She did a cover of that that was awesome. Um, she's done a couple of covers of like, not rock songs, like, she did a Lady Gaga song, she did a Daft Punk song
I
that
love that
cool.
when rock bands
Mhm.
take other types of music and then make it rock, and it's like, "Oh, I could appreciate this, thank you."
Yeah, that I think it was The Weeknd, that song "Blinding Light" that's been played a lot here over the past year or so. Saint Asonia, who's the singer from 3 Days Grace and the guitarist from Stained, they did a cover of it that's pretty awesome.
Miley Cyrus, million 50 Cent head.
She's interesting to listen to though. Like if you watch the Joe Rogan podcast with her on it, like she's clearly not stupid. Like she's a really smart, interesting person. But it was just a little wild there. You know when you get those Disney stars that just want to break that mold so hard that they just
Yeah,
fucking run for the other
yeah,
direction, and it's just
yeah.
like too much. I get it.
Um, it's a Beatles song. Hailstorm covered, "I Want You, She's So Heavy," and it's very, very, very good. I
Mhm.
quite enjoy that. Not many people are fans of "I Want You, She's So Heavy" by the Beatles, but,
I like her cover of Whitesnake too.
which song
In
from
the still of
Whitesnake?
the night.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got like
I
3 whole albums of covers.
yeah, they have, like, a series of cover albums, don't they?
Mhm.
Like 3, 4, maybe 5?
3 or
I know
4.
there's at least 3.
Mhm.
Would you say Remedy from Seether is overplayed on the
Yes.
radio?
That's the only that and Fine Again are the only 2 fucking songs you ever hear from Seether. And I love Seether, like, literally one of my favorite bands.
I don't hear them at all. Like,
Well, I don't
anything
either 'cause I
after,
don't listen to the radio, but I'm just saying those are
yeah.
the 2 you can always tell in concerts too because they're always the staples at the end of the show, and it's always the singles. It's always the I Stand Alones and the Enter Sandmans, and you're just like, Of course, you gotta close with the one everybody knows," and so, yeah, that Remedy and Fine Again are the 2 if you ever hear any Seether song, it's one of those 2, or
It's
Broken.
it's so hard. Like, I don't know if you get new music, but I can't find new rock because first of all,
Not a lot
there's
of it
no.
out there. It's hard, dude. Like, that's one of the reasons, like, I almost need to change the little subtitle underneath my channel name because people are like, "Why don't you talk music anymore?" I'm like, "There's nothing to fucking talk about." 'Cause, like, he got, like it might be one release a year, genuinely, like, between a lot of the popular bands that aren't even really new, they've been around for a decade or more, but, like, I haven't really heard much of anything noteworthy from any, like, new band,
Right, right. I
and
mean,
even
some of my
even the bands
classics still release albums, but that
yeah,
doesn't count.
yeah.
Ooh.
Never
Du
listened to
Hast
Rammstein.
by Rammstein. It might be. I like a lot of their other stuff, and Du Hast is not even like in my top 10 for Rammstein. So I would argue that it is. That was a big deal when I was in school, and people had no idea what it meant, and it was like you hate.
Mm.
Just look it up. Like what the fuck? Du Hast, it's deep. No, it's not deep. It just means you hate, you fucking jerk.
Oh,
Oh, speaking of cover bands, Greta Van Fleet. What is your take on Greta Van
don't
Fleet?
believe I've listened to any.
Oh, wow. Okay. How are you
It's
on Van
hard because
Halen? No,
every
excuse me. How are you on Led Zeppelin?
um not a huge fan of Led Zeppelin.
All right, you're not going to like Greta Van Fleet then,
Yeah.
because they're
I know
like
that's sacrilege to say, but Led Zeppelin's a little too far
overrated.
back for me. Well, not too, but
Oh, too old. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Like I like some of their songs, of course, but yeah, they've never been a band where I've listened to a lot of it and like, hell yeah. But it's hard for me because every like new band or new album that people recommend to me that I give a chance, I fucking hate it. And I'm just like, ugh. Like everybody was screaming from the fucking rooftops about this new album. I guess there's some band out there that like writes every single one of their songs to be like a theme of a horror movie. Like there was a Child's Play song that was released as a single, and there's a Friday the 13th song or some shit. Somebody in the chat will enlighten us, but I had like 70 fucking comments that week. They're like, "Are you going to review this album?" And I'm like, "I'd never heard of this band before." So Ice Nine Kills, thank you. I listened to Ice Nine Kills.
Oh, that's been suggested to me, and
I listened to the Chucky song and I fucking hated it. I was like, "This is horrible." And so like it's bummer. Like I want somebody to recommend something. I listen to it. I'm like, "Holy shit, yes. Where has this been?" And it's always just like, ugh.
they theme songs on movies.
It might not be every song. Maybe it was just that album, but yes, there was a song that was written of Child's Play. And that's what everybody wanted me to listen to. That was like the single.
Hmm.
But did not enjoy it at all.
I'm further intrigued.
Yeah.
Ice Nine Kills is too on the nose for me. I get it. You guys are horror fans. Not a big fan.
Yeah.
Well, Cody just said he's not a big fan either. So
Yeah.
horror or not, it doesn't matter.
Logan says it's a series of albums that they do, not all of their albums, but the one in that series. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Assault and Batteries. Yes, that was the name of the song. Minolaki.
Batteries. I get it. Batteries because of Chucky.
Yeah. I mean, there's been
Witty.
other ones. Didn't you have and I don't know how long they've been around, but I think you did a stream. This was like maybe a year or two ago, where everybody was throwing out music suggestions, and you were listening to what's the fucking the metal band with the hot chick, shit, where it was like every song sounded the same. God damn it.
Hot chick. I would remember a hot chick.
Yeah, blonde hair.
Oh, yes, I do remember. I don't know
In this
the name.
moment, thank you, Zachary. In this moment, yes, that was another band. Everybody's like, "Oh, she's the shit," and I listened to it, and I'm like, every fucking song sounds the same.
Yeah, no. People, I really like Ginger, that Ukrainian band with that chick who's just fucking. She goes like really really hardcore heavy, but then she hits these melodic notes that are. It's just like, how is that the same human being singing that?
Mhm.
I really dig Ginger, and people are like, you got to listen to In This Moment, and I was just like, yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
And people swear by Nightwish. I'm listen. I get it. You're dressing like Cinderella and singing some gothy sounding stuff. I just can't get into it.
Mhm.
I mean, cool cosplay. I'll give you that.
They were in this moment was really theatrical with their stage show. I saw them at Rockville the one time that I went.
Really?
It was like, yeah, there was a lot of dancers and extras and everything, and it was a whole show, which is kind of cool. It kind of feels like people trying to do Alice Cooper's thing, but not as good as Alice Cooper.
What's your take on Ghost?
I'll be honest, I haven't really given him a fair shake yet. I heard one song that somebody recommended. It was okay, but it was kind of the same story. Like, you got to grab me quick with music. It's hard. It's music. I don't really have. I don't drive as much anymore because I don't go to work or whatever. But it's similar to somebody saying, like, when somebody recommends a band that you have to give a lot of different listens to find a song that you like. It's almost like somebody saying, watch this show. It doesn't get good till season 4. And you're like,
dude, I gotta sit through fucking 38 episodes. What are you kidding me?
Exactly. And so it's rough for me. If you don't recommend a song that doesn't grab me immediately, I lose interest quick.
Dice, you'd have to send me a link. I'm not familiar.
Well, going back to my list.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Things that are annoying.
So we talked about Black Sabbath and Ozzy, and along that same conversation, not quite on the level of the Black Sabbath and Ozzy songs, but I can do without hearing Holy Diver again.
Ooh.
And I'm talking about the Dio version and the Kill Switch version.
I was just going to say Kill Switch. I think they sealed the deal by covering that.
Yes,
I was like, oh, why did you cover that?
I would almost put Rainbow in the Dark on here.
No.
No, I said I would almost put Rainbow in the Dark on here, but when Corey Taylor covered it, I thought it was fucking awesome. So it kind of rejuvenated my love for it.
Oh, I need to hear that version. Holy shit.
There's a whole album. When Dio died, there's a whole Dio cover album that's got Hailstorm. It's got Corey Taylor and a bunch of people. Metallica does a whole medley of 4 different things. Like there's when he was he was in 2 bands before Black Sabbath or something like that. So it's like 4 different
Rainbow
Dio
was
songs.
one of them.
Yeah. Rainbow and something else, and they do like that medley thing. That's fucking awesome. So there's a whole album. Check it out. It's pretty good. But yes, Holy Diver. It's a good song, but
yeah,
that's the only song I ever hear by Dio.
Yeah.
The only one.
He's a good singer. Can we try just something else?
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued because Rainbow in the Dark. He like his range is a little up and down, which I don't associate with Corey Taylor.
Oh, really? Corey Taylor's got crazy range.
He hits high stuff?
He can.
Huh.
I mean, he's known more for his low register because of Slipknot, but yeah, he's got a lot of range. And a lot of range in the different genres too. Like he released I mean, they've done different things with like Stone Sour and everything, but he released like a B-sides album not too long ago that was like B-sides of his solo project, and they had a cover of Holier Than Thou by Metallica, and they had a cover of Shaken by Eddie Money. Yeah. On the last cover album he did with Stone Sour, they had Van Halen, and so he's done a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow. Yeah, I'm like trying to. When there's lightning, I can't see. I can't even get close to. Well,
his is a little bit more. His is more in the low register, but he still hits a lot of different notes when he doesn't.
I'm eternally intrigued. I must admit.
And it's heavy too. It's like a heavier version of. Obviously now since they're producing the music in 2020, but or 2019, whenever the hell it came out. But yeah.
I've got one that I don't know, might be a little old for some people in the chat, but Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
You know, it's funny. I formulated my list by Googling the top 100 rock bands, and I just scrolled through and went, okay, that band, yeah, these songs, and then scrolled through, and I got to Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I was like, I know there's one, but I can't fucking think of it, and that was the one.
Yeah, I'm all set with that. I
Mhm,
don't ever need to hear that fucking song ever again.
mhm.
And
Californication and Other Side are coming
oh,
close.
Californication, holy fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, put that on the list too.
they're coming close.
Oh,
I love the music video when that came out though, where it was like a Nintendo game and all the different band members were doing different things. That
I've
was
never
cool for the
seen
day.
that.
Yeah, that was
Shit.
back in the TRL days.
Oh, TRL.
Mhm. You probably
Uh,
did, you know you did.
wasn't wait, what? What? Wasn't that on a list somewhere with a love rendition by somebody? Something, something, something. Yeah, yeah. We don't speak of anybody who sits on benches. Sorry, under the bridge.
I'm on the outside of that inside joke.
Yeah, sort of. You know the person. Let's
Is
just
that a
say
three-letter word?
it's a four-letter word
Oh,
that the three-letter word gave money to.
uh, okay. So anyway, Judas
Mhm.
Priest. Breaking the Law and You Got Another
Yeah.
Thing Coming.
Yeah. 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 All right.
To
Yeah.
the point where Eddie Trunk actually made a huge deal out of it was maybe a year ago where they did this big tour in a big show in California, and they were playing a lot of different songs they haven't played before, and he's like, "I've never seen Judas Priest. I've never seen them play a show, and they didn't fucking play You Got Another Thing Coming." That's the quintessential Judas Priest song, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fucking tired of hearing it. It was a good choice."
That
But
would be
Breaking the Law, they always do something cool when you watch them live to where Rob Halford and the two guitarists get together and like Rob will hold the guitar neck for one of them and pick the other one. Like they do this weird like twisty tie thing where they play the intro on two different guitars of three different people. So they do something cool with it. It's always cool to see. But then after that, I'm like, okay, we don't need to hear the rest. We're good.
It's the perfect song to troll the audience too, where like you could like start with maybe a little bit of it. You got another thing coming, and
Mhm,
then just go into something else
mhm,
because you got another thing coming. Sorry, we're not doing that song tonight.
exactly. Yeah, I was itching too because last night when you were talking about bands that went with a different singer, they had a different singer for a whole era there that I love that always gets shit on
Oh
by
yeah,
all
he
the
was on the
fans.
Bride of Chucky soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah, and it's what the movie Rockstar was based off of with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh right, right. I knew that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Yep,
Fuck Rockstar.
I love that movie.
I know. It's a little
Give me
cheesy, but
blood pollution.
stand up and shout.
Mhm.
I don't have it today.
And they got Miles Kennedy at the end of it. There's a lot of cool little rock cameos in there. I love it when I think it's Jason Bonham. He's the son of John Bonham, who was the drummer for was it Led Zeppelin, I believe.
Mhm.
And Jason Bonham is a drummer for Foreigner, and he plays the drummer in the movie, and he's destroying this room. We're like, what the hell's going on with this? His wife ran off with Peter Gabriel. Oh, we'll
Um,
get there, Mark. We'll get
I
there.
I think the whole
Or we can get there
band
now.
the whole band just counts, right? Like, isn't that just kinda
Look, I'll say this because like I make plenty of jokes at Nickelback's expense. It's mostly just because of Chad Kroeger. Honestly, I feel bad because the other guys in the band I probably are cool, but I just don't like him. But if there was one Nickelback song that I could just seriously I just don't wanna ever hear it again, it's Rockstar. Like,
uh,
I'm actually, like, not so much anymore because I've just despise the guy, I can't really listen to it, but I actually liked the band a lot up to Dark Horse, which came out in, like, 2008, 2009. Dark Horse and everything after I've not been a fan of, but, like, um, The Long Road was an awesome album back in the day. All the Right Reasons was a little bit more commercial, a little more radio friendly. We gotta talk about sex a couple times in this album now, but, Rockstar is the song that every time I hear it on the radio, I'm just like, ugh. Like, I don't even want to hear a Nickelback song, but they have others, fuckers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they baited me. I actually kind of enjoyed Too Bad,
Mhm.
and that's it. That's all I have to say about Nickelback. And then they got popular. You know what it was? Oh, I remember this. It wasn't Nickelback. It was Chad Kroeger and
They say that a hero.
oh my
That one?
God. America was like, well, 9/11 happened, and this is about a hero, and we're
It was
just
on
gonna play it.
Spider-Man.
Holy fuck, they played that to death.
You know what's
That
funny too is that was it's people swear it's a Nickelback song, but it's not. It's
yeah.
Chad Kroeger and it's Josie Scott, who was the original singer for Saliva, which I'm
Mhm.
also a fan of, at least the older stuff.
Click, click, boom.
Yes. There's a huge feud, or at least there was, I don't know if it's still going on, between Josie Scott and, either Chad Kroeger in the studio because Josie Scott barely got anything money-wise for that movie or for that song. They flew him out and he did his little guest spot or whatever, and they said that I remember reading an article said that he didn't even have enough money from the song to cover his airfare, and they made fucking millions with that song.
Oh.
As many times that song got played, you can imagine how much money they made off of that one
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Ka-ching,
Yeah.
ka-ching. There's $10.
Mhm.
There's $10. As a former addict, Under the Bridge will always get me. There's other songs for addicts. I mean,
Master of Puppets.
yeah. Chop your breakfast on a mirror. Terrible.
Not making light of your situation, I promise.
No, of course. And listen, I after my spinal surgery, I had a hard time getting off of the painkiller. So I can absolutely relate. But there's other tracks that and plus Anthony Kiedis has fallen off the wagon a couple of times. So
Mm.
I mean, listen to Alice in Chains. Fuck, half of their songs are about the struggle of drugs.
Junkhead.
Yeah. You could like it's not like it was any secret that Lane Staley was struggling and he was just he was he was fucking owned by heroin. Like it had him. Which I will say I love Alice in Chains, but I don't need to ever hear Rooster ever again. I said it. I said it. I said it.
I disagree.
I
If there's any song of theirs that could make it on this list, that's the one, but
yeah.
I'm still not sick of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta be fair.
I also have for Scorpions. Most of you probably don't realize that they wrote more than 2 songs, but Rock You Like a Hurricane and No One Like You. I'm sure you heard of them.
I'm trying to think of the Scorpion song that I liked that I used to get shit for because it was too soft. What the fuck?
Send Me an Angel.
No. Oh shit.
Here I am, here I am.
No, it
Not that one.
was popular for it was I think they released it as a single. Ah,
When you said
fuck.
soft, I was like, it's gotta be that one.
Well, I'm not saying it was soft. I just remember my friends were like, "What are you listening to that soft shit for?" And I was like, "Not that soft."
Wasn't that in that that fucking Lords of Chaos movie where they had the little radio store? He's like,
Oh yeah, and he's like,
Scorpions, get the fuck out.
with the fucking badge or whatever. He's
Yeah.
like, it's not mine. Yes.
Winds of Change.
Winds of Change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Count to Donkey Punch.
That took a turn. I also have "Smoke on the Water" by Deep Purple on here, but I
Yeah,
legitimately just hate the song, so I could have only heard it 3 times, and I would have it on this list.
and that's like if you ever play guitar too, like
Yes, that's why I hate it.
yeah,
That's why I fucking hate it, because
yeah.
everybody plays it. Dun, 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 dun.
See, now,
It's not even a good song.
I kinda wish we had, Ray on here because
Oh, yeah.
is it really that good a lick? Like,
No.
it's just
It's just easy as fuck. It's just
yeah,
3 chords, and it's simple, and it's slow, so it's very easy for somebody to go, "It sounds like the radio!" And
yeah,
then that's all that really the appeal is to it. There's "Smoke on the Water," um, Iron Man is very similar.
uh-huh.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun, yeah,
dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, and so there's a couple of songs like that that when you're learning guitar, you're like, "Holy fuck, I can do it!"
Yeah.
And then, that's literally like day 1.
Yeah, power chords, baby, I got
Yeah.
it.
Then you figure out the drop D chords where you tune the 6th string down. You don't even have to
Mhm.
do the chord shape. You just hold your finger all across all the
Yeah.
oh, and you're like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh, yeah, Deep Purple's Highway Star is a good sh that's some good shit.
I prefer the, Buck Cherry version.
Mm, bless you. You're welcome.
Shut up!
Tr
Bless you.
tr trying to record a damn video here.
Every fucking time!
Um, oh, shit, I lost what oh, fuck. Yeah, it's gone, it's
You don't
gone.
have a list?
Okay, yeah, right. G good.
It's not gone. It's right there.
Yeah, Third Eye Blind, Semi-Charmed Life.
Eh, I like it.
Do, do,
You
do,
got
do,
Semi-Charmed
do, do,
Life, you
do.
got Jumper, and you
I like
have,
Jumper.
what is the other one? Fuck. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, yeah. I'll
dun, dun.
never let you go.
Yeah, exactly. Those
Yeah.
are all 3 that you only hear from that band, but I still like it. That's kind of like that 90s nostalgia for me. I hear that and I'm like, "My era has returned." Um, Iron Maiden, for one of the most iconic metal bands ever, you only ever hear "Number of the Beast" and "Run to the Hills," which I believe are the same album too.
Mm.
You have a whole era that was before Bruce Dickinson, Paul Di'Anno, never hear any of that shit, and then you got Bruce Dickinson with which, if I'm not mistaken, the first album was Number of the Beast with him, and those 2 songs are from that, and then you have everything else. I mean, you got Fear of the Dark, you got, Brave New World. They've had 3 or 4 albums just in the past 5 or 6
Seventh son
years.
of a seventh son.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Mm.
The Trooper, yeah, okay, fair enough, Ace. The Trooper does get a little bit of play, but I only ever hear, for the most part, it's Run to the Hills, but Number of the Beast and Run to the Hills is the only 2 I ever fucking hear, and I'm like, "God, man, get out of that album. Flip it over to side B, something."
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
wanna see a meme of, like, a radio guy like, "Holy shit, there's songs on the back!"
um, yeah, most of my shit is 90s because that's when I was listening to radio.
Mhm.
Uh, whether it be, walking home from school or in my beater. But Blind Melons No Rain got played to death,
I
and
would have to hear it. I don't recognize that at all.
doo 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 doo,
Oh.
doo doo doo.
All I can say
Yeah, yeah.
that my
There you go. Yeah, how come you could hit the high notes? What the fuck?
this
Uh,
way.
Planet
See, if it wasn't
CHA.
so late, I could have played into this. I could have got the acoustic out and just be like, "Which song is this, guys?"
Dude, don't get me on a copyright for that shit
Yeah,
too.
copyright cover song. Fuck you.
Bastards. Ooh, Zachary, good job. Bittersweet Symphony
Oh
by
God,
The
yes.
Verve. Oh, fuck.
Does anybody not think of Cruel Intentions every time they hear that song? Is there anybody? Hands? I always think of it every time I hear one note from that song. I'm like, oh yeah,
Woof.
that movie.
Yeah. We talked about Nirvana earlier,
Mhm.
and their song. You know, the song.
I got 2 for you here that are huge for me.
Okay.
Like you said earlier with hearing the first note of Crazy Train. Nope. Like that's
Yeah.
this for these 2 for sure. Sweet Home Alabama and Freebird.
Oh. See, I don't like Freebird, but that that solo I think is
Goes on for
incredible.
fucking ever.
Yeah.
I remember
I
I had a construction teacher and he played guitar, and so he brought in his guitar one day and was just kind of messing around, noodling around because it was like, last week of school or some shit like that. One of the kids play Freebird. He's like, "Are you freaking nuts?" He put the song on, like he'd listen to it, and he would like jump in for like little licks or whatever, and he's like, "It just goes on forever." It's just like Paradise City. Paradise City's got like a 3-minute fucking solo. It's just like, God, fingers are
Yeah.
gonna be like smoking by the end of that.
Yeah, Slash likes to play the guitar, I think.
Just a little bit.
Sweet Home Alabama is reserved for incestuous means only. Run Around by Blues Traveler. I'm not familiar.
Neither am
Hotel California. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still like that one because I haven't really listened to the Eagles much, but that's just about the only Eagles
Yeah.
song I ever hear.
It's funny how where your generation is, like
Mhm.
what is annoying and played out to you, and
Is
there's some stuff from the 70s or it's just like,
is the Eagles? Did they do that song "Life in the Fast Lane"? Is that the Eagles?
yep,
Okay.
yep.
I got a funny story with that. So, not the job that I left to do YouTube full time, but the job previous to that when I was doing construction testing and everything like that. There was a guy that was a few years younger than me that joined our crew. And I won't get into his personal business, but he had a huge thing happen between his ex fiance and he got a little wild and lost his soon to be marriage. And
Mhm.
so our boss used to always joke with him and just be like, "Hey man, you still living life in the fast lane?" And it drove him nuts because he would bring it up every fucking day. And so one time we were out there and we were doing our work and we were on these drill rigs. And so I would work on a drill rig by myself most of the time. And then the other 2 guys would work on a drill rig going somewhere else. And so I had the radio on one day and that song came on. As soon as I heard it, like I looked over at him and I was like, "Hey, come on, come on." And he's like, "Oh shit." And he drops all his stuff and he runs over to me and he's like, "What's up?" And I pointed at the radio, and right as I pointed to it, it said, "Life in the fast lane." And he was like, "Oh, fuck you." It was perfect. And he locked eyes with me. I was just like, "Come on."
All right. Offspring 311. That yeah. That fucking Offspring song I could probably do without.
Yeah.
311. I don't think I've heard anything from 311 that I would
Sure I
consider
have, but I
played
don't
out.
remember it off my head. That's something that you would have to mouth the notes for me.
Yeah, no, I thought Down had a decent amount of play, and Beautiful Disaster, I think, got some decent play. Amber, maybe, I guess. If you want to reach, whoa, Amber is the color of your energy.
Was that Offspring?
That was 311.
311. Okay, thank you.
But other than that, no, I don't.
Don't
Oh,
practice Santeria.
yo, it's Sublime. Fuck. Oh, for fuck's sake. They got so much more popular once that guy died too. It's just like,
I had
now
a
what do you
friend
do?
that had a whole Sublime tattoo across his back. And I was like,
Holy shit.
why?
Oh.
That tattoo is not Sublime.
Okay. Any Green Day songs or two you guys can do with that?
I'm not really a Green Day, or in general, I'm not really a punk rock fan, but I'm not really a Green Day fan. So most of these songs, with the exception of Smoke on the Water, are songs that I would like under normal circumstances. But
Right.
over here too much. So songs that are overplayed
Right.
that I'm not really that interested in anyway, it's a different emotion.
Exactly.
They definitely play the fuck out of Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and they play the fuck out of When
Call Me in
September
September.
Ends.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest Green Day fan either. Chosen One says Don't Speak is overplayed. That's a No Doubt song, which it is. So a little overplayed. I wouldn't call that good, great. You know.
I'll take it back a few years with this next one.
Uh-oh.
And it's gonna I don't know if it's because the song or if it's because of the episode of television that it's tied to. Don't stop.
Fucking Sopranos.
Pretty much the only Journey song you hear on the radio for the most part, but it's once in a while you'll hear Highway Run.
Yeah.
It's pretty much always Don't Stop Believing.
You want some 80s synth that should have a place in Stranger Things. We just saw a Stranger Things Domino's commercial, and I'm just like, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
The 80s, enough with the fucking Stranger Things cross promotion. But that fucking that keyboard intro, what the fuck is the song?
Jump.
Separate Ways by Journey. I rather enjoy that song. Yeah. Yeah, fucking all right, I'll take it.
Yeah,
but I'm with you on Jump.
That was the only Van Halen song that I have here, which is weird because most people shit on the Sammy Hagar era because there's too much electronics and keyboards and not enough guitar. But the most played Van Halen song ever is the
Jump.
Roth era of keyboard shit.
Yeah.
It's like, make up your fucking melons.
So Ace disagrees. Wheel in the Sky and Separate Way get too much play in my area. See, and it's interesting. The country's very, very different with the way radio stations play music. It's really kind of fascinating. But I don't get rock like at all here. So especially if it's new, I'm not hearing it. We did bring up Scorpions earlier. Misery Business. I could go my entire life without hearing and be fine. Misery Business.
Not familiar.
Nor am I. All right. All right, Chosen One. Linkin Park.
I will tell you that there was an era there when I first moved to Georgia where I spent a lot of time in the car because where our rental house was far away from where we were actually getting our house built for the moment. We didn't
Mhm.
actually end up going into that house, but for about 3 months there, my grandma would have to drive from our rental house to Savannah to pick me up from school, and then we'd hit traffic, and it would be like an hour at least at home every single day. And when that fucking song "Breaking the Habit" came out, it was
Oh.
like every fourth song on the radio was Linkin Park "Breaking the Habit" because it was this. It wasn't really a rock song; it was just electronics and Chester.
Mhm. Mhm.
And oh, that's the only Linkin Park song where I was like, "Fucking stop!"
In the End was the one that I was just like,
Yeah, I mean
enough. We
that's kind of
get it.
like the Down with the Sickness effect on Disturbed. That's
Yeah.
like their
Yeah.
signature song.
Ooh, wah, ka, ka, ka. Okay,
Yeah,
we get it.
yeah. I'll jump ahead since we just brought up Disturbed, but I loved this when I first heard it. I was blown away, and then the fucking radio ruined it in like a week.
I hate
The
that
Sound
shit.
of Silence.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And the best version of that you can't even hear on the radio. It's the version where Miles Kennedy joins him on stage and does the higher register. He's the Garfunkel to his Simon.
Oh, no shit.
So much better. But every time I hear, doo, 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 I'm like, oh, no, God. Skip.
Yeah. Yeah. It's why like if I hear a song and like it, I get the
Hide.
album. Yeah, I get the album and run.
Put a pillow over your head and just
Yeah.
hide.
Yeah. I'm a big Deftones fan, but all of their singles, like fucking all of their singles, I just can't listen to. All
Mhm,
of them. Hole in the Earth. I was like, you fuckers ruined this for me.
mhm.
I enjoyed that. Jerks. Misery Business is a Paramore song. I'm not very familiar with Paramore.
Neither am I. Neither am I. This is very similar to the Black Album in
Uh-oh.
the sense that it's a phenomenal album that the radio destroyed. 3 songs, Hell's Bells, Back in Black, and You Shook Me All
Oh,
Night Long,
no. AC/DC. Just
with the gigantic asterisk on You Shook Me All Night Long because I don't even like that song anyway. But yeah,
mm,
the Back in Black was just like this huge, gigantic comeback album. I think to this day, that's still the highest selling rock album of all time.
wow.
I think Back in Black was the highest selling rock album of all time, and Thriller's the highest selling album, period, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
So it's a fucking huge monumental album, but the radio has just destroyed it for me. To where anytime I hear I'm like, oh, come
Bam,
on.
ba-da-dam,
Yeah.
ba-da-dam.
And I'll tag it. It's not the same album. This is actually from the Bon Scott era, but TNT. I don't need to hear that ever again.
Hmm.
And to a lesser degree, just because I like the song, but it's still way overplayed. Highway to Hell.
Yes. Yeah, I'll agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I like If You Want Blood. If
Yeah.
you want blood, you got it.
My favorite song by AC/DC is For Those About to Rock.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. That's
I
a
like the
good
way it
track.
builds.
Sure.
Somebody said Aerosmith songs. You know what's funny? I passed Aerosmith and I was like, I actually still love all the songs that get played by Aerosmith. Like I still love Walk This Way. I still love Sweet Emotion.
Dude,
So
if you clearly weren't around when Armageddon came out
oh
because
no, I know.
oh
I could stay away
oh
just to hear you breathing.
oh for fuck's sake, that was everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
It played on like that was a song that played on like, soft rock stations. It played on like rock stations,
Mhm.
hard rock stations. It was just, dude, stop. I can't escape this fuck. Why is this on the country? What the fuck?
That's how I felt about it was the song that ended my pop era. I grew up in the 90s, so I was, it was in that Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys era. My
Mhm.
dad wanted to vomit, but I was like, So the song that fucking destroyed that entire era for me and set me running for Alice Cooper was It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC. I'm talking
Oh,
about every time I turned on the fucking TV, anytime I turned on the radio, anytime you walk into Target, Taco Bell,
yeah,
it didn't matter. That fucking song was playing, and I hated it so much. I was just like, I'm done. You've ruined this entire genre for me.
yeah, yeah. I can't say whether or not the music's good or bad, but it's gonna be me. What the hell? Everybody.
Yeah.
Backstreets back, yeah, no, all that shit. I don't know if it's good, but I don't
Am
like
I
it.
original? Yeah.
I
Am
just
I
nope.
sexual? I think This Is the End rejuvenated that song for me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I chuckled. I definitely gave a chuckle, and I was like, all right. You have your moment. But that was it. I'm not a fan of any of that stuff.
You can't even escape It's Gonna Be Me nowadays because every fucking April everybody starts posting that goddamn meme. They're like 5 more days. It's gonna be May.
Oh, I'm unfamiliar with that meme, and now I
Uh,
fucking hate the fact that I know that.
every year, like the last week of April, you just see pictures of Justin Timberlake and like 5 more days. And it's like, damn.
Oh,
It's like
Christmas crunch
PTSD.
berries. Ugh. Uh, Cody was in the
Uh,
end.
the
Oh,
endless joke that I sound like Danny McBride. And apparently on
yeah.
TikTok, everybody says I sound like Jason Sudeikis. So apparently I just sound like a funny motherfucker no matter where I'm on. So
Good for
I'll take it.
you. You know what I did? I posted a video on TikTok. I'm still learning, and I posted a story, and I didn't want it to be a story.
Hmm.
So it's gonna disappear. I don't know. You're gonna have to sit me down and TikTok me because I'm
I'm still waiting on
so.
those fuckers to verify the fact that I'm not under 18 years old. It's been like 3 weeks. They got worst customer service I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, come on. I've messaged them like 5 fucking times, tagged them like 18 times. I've had people tag them. I've messaged them on Twitter. You can't make any
Jesus.
money. You can't sign up for anything if you're under 18. I'm like, pretty fucking sure I'm not under 18.
Really?
Yeah.
That's shit.
Yeah. And so I'm sitting here getting views. Like I haven't made a video in over a week, but it's just views, 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 no money.
Dude, I had 2,900 views in 22 hours, and I got sick to my stomach. I was like, "Oh my god."
Mhm.
I I think I'm going to be doing something else with my life.
Mhm. Apparently the money is shit on TikTok. Like it takes a lot of fucking views to make money, but still, I'd rather make something than nothing.
Yeah, you got that right. And didn't Rudy say that it's hard to get attention on YouTube from TikTok? Like he's like a big deal on TikTok, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in the 100 something thousand up there. I think his audience he's got a channel that's basically like doubling as the YouTube version of what he does on TikTok, and that's struggling. Um,
Oh. Oh,
I could be wrong,
okay.
but yeah, that side of it's struggling. I think his movie stuff does okay, but I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
He's definitely found a lot more success doing what he does on TikTok with his podcasts and everything, though.
yeah. No, I agree with you, Logan, but I fell in. I'm covered in shit. I don't know what to
Mhm,
tell you.
mhm. You know that episode of Breaking Bad where Jesse falls into the porta potty and covered in blue?
That's it. That's it.
He stood on top of the porta potty, like, "I'll just do one video." "Oh,
Dude,
fuck!"
dude, I uploaded one of my small little fucking stand-up clips. Left the room for a little bit, came back, and it was like 400. I'm like, 400 views? What the fuck? None of my 99 videos have this many views. This is
Dude, I
bullshit.
did the first of that, like, that making fun of my boss series. I was literally just sitting in my I was just like, this would be kind of funny. Where's my fucking phone? And I just did it like on a whim. Took me like 4 minutes, 2.5 million views. And I'm like,
God.
my highest fucking YouTube video is at like 230,000. Like, come on, god damn it.
It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Man.
I told I think I told Rudy, I was like, dude, I've been working on YouTube for almost 6 years. If I become known as the guy that bitches about his boss on TikTok, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be fucking pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. The boss guy. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, somebody had a question, and I think here it is. Kiss. Do you have any Kiss songs that you're
That I'm tired of hearing.
think that are a little overplayed?
Where is it? I
I
don't mind hearing that one. Rock and
Really?
Roll All Night is the one that I have on here.
Okay.
But yeah, Detroit Rock City is definitely one that gets played a lot. That's usually one of those two. Kiss is okay. Kiss annoys me because they have some decent music, but just the way they are now with Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, they're a product. They're not really a
Yeah.
band. They're just a product. And so
Yeah.
it's just they kind of tainted their legacy for me.
Detroit Cock Titty's a good movie too, man.
I love
I
that
enjoy
fucking
that
movie.
movie.
Love that movie. That's the best Edward Furlong movie outside of T2.
I think it's the only Edward Furlong movie outside of
It's Crow, Wicked Prayer, Detroit Rock City, T2.
Pet Cemetery too.
Yeah. Pecker.
Oh no, wait, he's in Brain Scan too. I love
Oh,
Brain
yeah,
Scan.
yeah.
Shit. Oh man.
Yeah, I love Detroit Rock City. That's a classic. Awesome soundtrack too.
AC/DC. We just talked about it, Ben.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, rewind just a wee bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss Is That You is my fave. I'm not even familiar with that song.
My favorite Kiss is probably I love Love Gun.
Oh
I
yeah.
love God of Thunder. That's one where Gene Simmons does the vocals, I believe. I'm not a fan of their version because it's like the disco era, but I've heard some really good covers of I Was Made for Loving You.
Mm-hmm.
Ones that are rocked up a bit. That was like their disco era where they started to make their shit really like dance clubby. But the rock versions of that song is actually pretty good.
New York Groove isn't Kiss, right? It's Paul Stanley on his own, right?
Maybe.
We hear it a lot here because
New York.
yeah. Yeah.
Like I hear Devil Went
I
Down
don't
to
know why
Georgia
we keep
every day.
hearing Hotel California, but just like
Devil Went Down to Georgia a lot, apparently.
ouch.
I adore Queen,
Oh boy.
but my God, We Will Rock You
Oh
immediately followed by We Are the Champions. I'm good.
yeah. And you don't watch sports, do you?
No, but I know. All
Yeah.
the time.
If you watch sports, you'd hate it even more.
Yeah. They got a lot
Like,
of great songs. Like a lot of
way
people would
more.
say Bohemian Rhapsody. I still love that song, but We Will Rock You, because it's
Yeah.
always paired with We Are the Champions, is just like, come on. Like that's a good concert song. Like when you're there and everybody gets to participate, that's cool. But just on the radio, is We Will Rock You is not a very good song to listen to.
I was little when Wayne's World came out, and Bohemian Rhapsody was a little sickening back then because everybody and their mother was like, it's from the movie when they sing in the car. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then they reference that in Bohemian Rhapsody. Mike Myers plays the producer that doesn't want to buy Bohemian Rhapsody, and he's like, there's not going to be any young kids headbanging in a car to this song.
I that line totally flew past me. I was so angry watching that movie.
I love
so angry. Paul McCartney and Wings.
I can't hear Wings without thinking about fucking Role Models, where they got that running joke where the guy keeps where he's got the acoustic guitar at the campfire and he's like, "Hey, play some Wings," and he starts singing the song. He's like, "That's not a Wings song." He's like, "Yeah, it was one of their hits from like the '80s." He's like, "No, it's not. Nobody sings that song." I'm pretty sure it is. And they keep talking about it, and then near the end of the movie, they go to a camp. He's like, "Hey, you know any Wings?" He's like, "Yeah." And he plays the song. Like he's like, "Yeah, I told you." It's fucking stupid, but I always think about that. Love, take me down to the streets. It's like nobody sings that song.
Wait, where did you Wolf Mother? What era is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not.
That sounds like a Lord of the Rings character.
There was a when I was. It was when YouTube first started, and there was that like that 70s rock, like that resurgence, and Mike Patton from Faith No More. I don't know what the band was, and they're not around anymore. They're not that big a deal. They were back then. There was like, this is back when I Believe in a Thing Called Love, like those songs were kind of like popular. But Mike Patton is doing an interview and he's like, "Do you hear this shit? What decade are we in?" And I'm like, "Fucking yes." And I wish I remember what the fuck the band was, but it was it was one of those 70s. It just didn't last. Tomahawk is a that's a Mike Patton's in a ton of fucking side projects. Peeping Tom, although that was Peeping Tom was a one-off. Mike Patton just sent out like a bunch of music to other people, and then they sent him their singing for it and whatever. Kind of off topic question, but what effect or weight does Dave Grohl's relation to Nirvana and Kurt Cobain have on Foo Fighters' popularity, in your opinion?
I would argue that Dave Grohl was most of the magic in Nirvana. And so it's literally just a talented guy going from one band to another that he now has full control over. So I would not credit any of Foo Fighters' success to Kurt Cobain. I think that's 100% because Dave Grohl is just the fucking man.
Yeah. Everlong is
maybe it helped him get a record deal or something like that. Maybe a little easier because they're like, "Oh, it's the guy, it's the drummer for Nirvana." But I mean, I would argue that when you see the amount of talent that guy has, that he has displayed on Foo Fighters, you can't tell me that he was not a gigantic part of whatever amount of success that Nirvana had. Everybody always credits it to Kurt because he's the voice, but
well, yeah, I think we have a bit of a Beatles situation here, where I mean, you could say that John Lennon is a shit, but Paul McCartney was pretty good. George Harrison was pretty good. If you watch that documentary about Kurt Cobain, the notes and like he would have tape recordings of like ideas and stuff, and it was really, really, really interesting. The amount of work that Kurt Cobain put into like pre-production on music. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. Dave Grohl is the fucking man. I mean, and he made 3 albums with Nirvana, and he's been around for fucking 30 years since, making a bunch of hits. So I don't think Kurt Cobain had that much to do with it. I mean, shit. I have something to say, but I'll leave it. It's been a while since I had somebody close that I spoke to, and it doesn't really have much to do with anything.
Never mind. You should have left it. Take it back.
Ringo's the lucky one.
Yeah. We all live in a yellow submarine.
Dave might have even been better than Kurt in terms of vocals.
I would say he is
Mm-hmm.
pretty confidently.
Mm-hmm.
Very confidently, actually.
The gripe I have against people who talk shit about the grunge era is that everybody sang like Eddie Vedder, and it's just so unfair because yeah, sure, Eddie Vedder sang through his bottom lip or whatever the
I would
fuck.
say there's a good amount of Scott Weiland stuff that sounds similar to Eddie Vedder, and I
Yeah.
think Scott Stapp very much sounds like he was kind of
Oh,
influenced by
God,
Eddie Vedder.
yeah.
But I don't think Kurt Cobain or Chris Cornell or especially Lane sounds anything
or
like
Jerry.
Eddie.
Right. Shit. I'm trying to think of other grunge bands.
Darius Rucker. Yeah. That one too. That's all made famous by yeah, that was all made famous having a fucking stroke. That was all made famous by Ted in that scene. There's everybody singing the 90s.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Water. Is he
Creed.
singing about water? Why is it what? What else have I got here?
This is a song that I still love, but it pertains to our topic, and it also pertains to a question that was asked in the chat about what songs are overused in movies or TV.
That could be a totally different episode.
Don't Fear the Reaper.
Yes and no, because it's so fucking good in X.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so fucking perfect in X.
But you hear it a lot.
No, you're right.
It's
you're
in
right.
a lot of movies, especially.
You're absolutely right. But so perfectly used in X. Son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
The way they use the solo to play into a fucking kill. Oh,
that's the best that I've seen that song used. The only other time I thought it was used awesome is in Let Me In, the Matt Reeves's remake of Let the Right One In. Whenever I'm thinking blanking on the actor's name. Shit, and I love that guy. Richard Jenkins, I think. Richard Jenkins, the old man that takes care of the little girl or whatever, when he's killing somebody in the back seat and they're playing the song.
Yeah. Nobody talks about Go Go Godzilla. Blue Oyster Cult. Come on. I'm burning for you. Come on, guys.
Oh, you know what? Good call. And Let Me In. It's not Don't Fear the Reaper. It's Burning for You. So there you go. You corrected me without even wanting to.
I'll take credit for it. Fuck it. One that I absolutely had, and it was on the old thumbnail for this, was Closing Time by Semisonic. Holy fuck. If you worked retail, like, some douchebag always thought it was cute to put that song on.
I had a guy at the job that I worked at before I went full-time YouTube. For the first 6 months or so that I worked at this place, every afternoon, we would leave at 3:30. We would start cleaning up about 3. Every afternoon from 3 to 3:30, he put that song on loop and played it loud. Loop.
Oh,
I fucking hated it, and nobody would ever tell him to stop. And I didn't want to be a dick. I was just like, I'm still new here. I don't want to fucking cuss this guy out. But after a while, I'm just like, dude, it wasn't fucking funny the first time. You've done it for 8 weeks. Stop.
Yeah, I would have.
I wanted to smash his fucking speaker.
What did he use? Was it a CD,
No, it was
MP3?
one of those little sound boom bars or whatever that you get for like JVC or whatever, and you do the Bluetooth.
I would have dropped a hammer on it or something by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Time. Oh,
yeah, dude. Dude.
I know who
I worked retail for a very long. I worked retail right around the time, like maybe a little bit after that. That was a big deal, but like that was like, hey, guess what it is?
Yeah.
Play, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, fucking.
That was halfway cute once.
Yeah. Is it let the bodies hit the floor time? Can we play that?
Yeah, when I worked retail, you weren't allowed to play music. It was part of the rules at Target.
Even when you closed?
Yeah.
Wow.
I played music one day. Whenever we had to put the ad out, Sunday morning, you'd have to get there at 6, and you'd have to put all the little like sale tags out on everything that's on sale. And it was a really fucking early shift. And I was playing music one time, and the store manager saw me, and he's like, "Hey, you can't have that." And I'm like, "Why? Nobody's here." It was like 6:30 in the morning, and he's like, "It's just part of the rules." And then he elaborated on it. It's because they don't want complaining, I guess. Like if I'm playing rock and somebody doesn't like rock, or if they're playing rap and I don't like it, I'm just like, too fucking mad. Bring your own shit. Bring headphones. Fuck off.
Yeah, flip a coin. Have somebody have one day and somebody have another. That's how we did it.
I played it every day that he wasn't the one that was working there.
Yeah.
Like, all right, man, that's cool. All right, yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, at the theater, it was like, we had a set schedule. Like, all right, I get Fridays, you get Saturdays, whatever.
Yeah.
And Sundays is potluck. Like, and he's just. I'm trying to see if anybody a drowning pool.
Yeah, let the bodies hit the floor.
Well, yeah.
That's
I don't
a band
know.
with a fucked up history. They had like 3 different singers for the first 3 albums.
Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's mostly the only song you ever hear by Rush for the most part. Once in a while, once in a great while, you'll hear Limelight. That's about it. But Tom Sawyer certainly is the one.
What the fuck is? What is the Paul Rudd song? Paul Rudd and fuck that movie where they play Rush and they go to a Rush concert.
Yeah, I Love You, Man.
I Love You, Man. That's it.
I love that fucking movie.
That was fun. I didn't realize I liked Rush that much until that movie. And I was like, yeah, all right. I can deal with it.
Prepare to be Rushified. It's playing. It's like,
yeah, it's coming through the computer speaker.
It sounds better on big speakers.
And she's like, yeah.
That's good. Yeah. He's like, it's good, right?
Slap at the
bass.
I slap at the bass.
Yeah.
I slap at the boss.
Later on, miss. So some newer age songs. Because I know I've been sticking more to older shit. I'm possibly one of the biggest Stained fans you'll ever see, but I can do without hearing Outside anymore. I still love It's Been a While. That one hasn't really hurt me yet, but Outside especially is just like, oh, come on now.
Yeah.
Even when you see him play, when I saw him play with his band touring with his country solo stuff, and I've seen him twice acoustic touring with his country stuff, and he's played Outside all 3 times. That's kind of like a must-have, I guess, for that was the big one that broke through.
Yeah, people probably pay $40 just to hear that fucking song.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Jane's Addiction, Been Caught Stealing. I don't know if you're familiar with that song, but
Not off
it
the name, but I probably
been
I
caught
heard.
stealing once when I was 5.
Yes. Ugh,
Just
not
actually, you
mine.
know what? You know what? I'm rescinding. I'm
Grand
rescinding
Theft
my.
Auto ruined that song for me.
I'm rescinding it because I don't think it's that good a song. So
Yeah.
I take it all back.
Yeah. I think it was on San Andreas. That song was ruined for me.
Ooh, Mud Shovel. Yes, Jake. Very good.
Mhm.
That was a good album. Fuck.
They got a ton of good shit, man, like, a lot of good music. I love Stained.
Yeah, what's the one with the tree on the cover? That's really fucking pretty goddamn decent, that album. That has a big single on it too.
Yeah, they all did.
It's like a bluish background, but it's got like a black tree on the cover.
That's what talking about the second album, the one that has "It's Been a While" and
Yeah,
"Outside."
yeah. That's it. I'm on the outside.
Mhm.
Just stay out there, please.
I Stand Alone by Godsmack as well.
Yeah,
That kinda became their signature song.
yeah,
They always close with it,
yeah,
and it was part of, Scorpion King, so it even got
yeah.
play 'cause of that, and
And every fucking guy who thinks he's tough shit,
yeah,
that's his theme song.
UFC.
Yeah, I stand alone. Yeah, I know. I know. How's your mom doing?
Yep, and basically any song that ever plays for Five Finger Death Punch, also known as the Nickelback of metal.
All right, so apparently Freak on a Leash by Korn, everybody like in unison is just hating on Freak on a Leash. Yeah. That's a band that I really
I've never
uh,
been a big fan.
yeah. I
They got a couple
hated.
songs that I like. I love, I think "Right Now" is a pretty kick-ass tune.
No, yeah. I liked Blind. That was
Yeah,
before they became a big deal.
yeah,
I just remember when they were getting compared to the Deftones, I'm like, they're not even like remotely close to the same
just
sound.
because they
Like,
were using baritone guitars or seven-string guitars or something probably. They got the same amount of strings, they're the same copies.
it's heavy. It's
Yeah.
heavy and they're white. Oh, okay. Word Up from Korn? Oh, that's a
That's a
cover.
cover.
Word Up. Yeah, no.
It's on, uh, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Word Up is?
It's like, "What'd you do?" The original. "What'd you
Oh.
do this weekend?" He's in his underwear. He's like, "Oh, pretty lady around the world."
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Oh, System of a Down.
Not a fan.
Um,
Not a fan at all.
Toxicity, I think, got played. I enjoyed it. I just felt like it got played way too
Yeah, I'm not,
much.
I've never heard a System of a Down song that has, broke through for me.
They're trying to build a prison. Any song parodied by Weird Al. Okay. Fair enough. Mr. Yankee says Def Leppard. Pour Some Sugar on Me.
Maybe. I don't hear it that often, but, I mean, "Pour Some Sugar on Me," um, "Animal,"
Mm.
"Rock of Ages" once in a while. I
Oh,
don't hear
yeah.
them very often, to be
Unten
honest.
Gluten, out and gloaten.
Which one is it? Dun, 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 dun. Give it to me.
Yeah, the further back, like the more into the part where we weren't really listening to music, it's hard to really decipher played out like unless you listen to like classic rock radio, and then you're like, all right, enough, enough with the fucking Eagles already. Everybody owns a Freddy vs. Jason CD, right?
Yep. I do.
What tracks are on there? That would be
a lot of bands that are like one-hit wonders or really like came and went, like Power Man 5000, like that whole era.
Oh wow, this is what it's like when worlds collide.
Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. Yep, that's the only song anybody knows by Phil Collins. I remember. But nobody skips it because everybody wants to do the fucking air drums in the middle of the highway.
That non-point version's really good.
There was a pretty good version I heard. It was Chris Daughtry, and I think it was the singer from Three Doors Down. It was like a live version. It was pretty good.
Peter Gabriel, Brick House. No, not Brick House. Peter Gabriel. Sorry? Popular song, Peter Gabriel. Sledgehammer, that's it.
Damn, she missed a beat right off the rip.
Yeah. Sledgehammer. Thank you, Chosen One. Just a little bit of a delay. That did it. Oh, and Devin Lott beat. All right. I apologize. You guys had it. that good song. In Your Eyes.
Is that a band?
No, that's a song by Peter Gabriel. It's all right. In Your Eyes. You've heard it. You watch movies, you've heard it. Trust me.
Oh, sure I have.
It's in some fucking movies.
Green everything over there, and then I got blue.
I wanted to do the Riddler. What do you want me to say? Mr. Roboto by Styx.
Renegade by Styx. There you go, Logan. Yes. That is the definitive answer.
Trick or Treat from the 80s has the best soundtrack
of all time.
You mean Ragman? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Fucking Germans. Let me see. What else? Chumbawamba Tub. No, wait. Nope. Not a good song. Never mind. I
get knocked down.
All Star by Smash Mouth.
Yes.
I liked it for a little bit.
One hit wonder.
Yeah.
Well, they had that song from Shrek, but that's a cover, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Face.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one song was it. I remember Smash Mouth came out about the same era that Creed was, and everybody was like, Smash Mouth and Creed, the greatest bands ever. And then Creed kept going, and Smash Mouth was like, bye.
Yeah. No. What else?
Might as well be walking on the sun. Oh God, yes, Creed is a far better band. Don't even.
Yeah, Creed gets shit on, and that's another one of those bands that like it was just cool to hate on, and it's just like
it's the Nickelback effect. It's because of the singer. It's because Scott Stapp has a lot of fucked up shit in the tabloids where he's drunk or high or acting like a fucking nut on TV, and he's still a really talented dude regardless, but even if you take Scott Stapp out of the equation, I mean, for fuck's sake, look at Alter Bridge, look at Tremonti and all, like they're
That's all Creed. It's just Creed
godly
without
musicians. Like Mark Tremonti is the best guitarist of like the modern era. I don't care what anybody says. And yeah, the Creed gets shit on way too much. And they had that whole stigma too, where everybody said they were a Christian band when they really weren't. But Scott Stapp just put a lot of Christian stuff in his lyrics. And
all right. Speaking of Creed, I'm gonna say Higher. I
Higher or With Arms Wide Open?
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'd rather hear Higher. If you made me listen to one more of, if I had to choose and flip a coin,
Mm-hmm.
I'd listen to Higher again rather than With Arms Wide Open.
Mm-hmm.
With Arms Wide Open, it's just fuck. Oh my goodness, enough already.
That was everywhere. And the music video where he like jumps and has the little leather jacket and shit.
Yeah, he did. There was times where he like did stuff where, speaking of Christian music, where he did seem like he was trying to be a little Christy,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, Scott, why don't you tone it down a step?
Yep.
Cody, we got a stat check on your subs.
I don't believe so.
That'd be awesome if it happened live.
It would be. Let's see. 79,921.
Oh, come on, guys!
I'll probably hit 80K when I'm up on stage talking in Orlando. Somebody will be like, "You just hit 80K."
In Orlando.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny how they invited you to do things over there, and it's just weird. Brian, I'm sorry, Brian. I can't help myself. I just can't help myself.
Damn sure can.
In Excess, I'm not familiar with their music enough to.
I only know one song by that band. New Sensation. That one.
Oh yeah.
That's the only one I've ever heard that I know of.
I not enough to make a decision like that.
Mhm.
That's for certain. Let me see if there's anything else on my list here that
Theory of a Dead Man. Yeah, anything that's released by that band, I'm good. Worst fucking lyrics ever.
Recently Deceased. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that by Meatloaf.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that song the first 4 times I heard it, and then everybody else decided they liked it too, and that was enough for me. Daniel Hammond says Disturbed. Sound of Silence and
Down with the Sickness.
Oh, yeah, dude. Down with the Sickness, absolutely. Power Station. Some of these bands I literally have no idea. Wolf Mother, we see nope. You're the second person to ask. That's a negative. Wait, somebody what? Huh. Cody will hate this, but I could go the rest of my life without Godsmack Voodoo.
I hear you.
Played to death when
that's like second place after I Stand Alone as far as like the Godsmack signature songs.
Soundgarden. I mean, you could argue Black Hole Sun.
I still like it though.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get it. I could get somebody being like, "Dude, enough with that fucking song."
I probably would rather listen to Black Hole Sun again than shit. Fuck, I had it in my head. My head said
Dude, what do you
Seven Dust
mean?
just did a cover of it.
Ooh.
The chat's gonna catch it before I think of it. It's on the tip of my damn tongue.
Ooh.
I'm watching like a hawk.
I like Seven Dust. I rather like Seven Dust.
Yeah. No, it's not Spoon Man. Spoon Man's great.
The Day I Tried
Day
to
I
Live?
Tried to Live. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I could still. I'm okay with that still.
Mhm.
Oh, I saw Godsmack co-headline with Rob Zombie once. Rob's show was so fun, great energy, amazing stage show. Godsmack, they all just stood there like statues. Great band, boring to look at.
Yeah, I don't know. See, it's weird. I've seen Godsmack twice. Once by themselves, and once they did a tour with Stained and Hailstorm. And the first time I saw them, they put on like a really good show. And then the second time, it kind of felt like everybody but Sully was kind of just going through the motions. And they had the same drum battle. Like the drum battle thing was really badass when they first started doing it, where they come out and because Sully does drums as well. And so him and the drummer would kind of come out and have two separate drum sets and do a drum.
That's
Like that
cool.
it was a really cool show, but they never changed up what they did. And so if you've seen them once, it's like you've seen them 100 times. So I could get that a little bit.
Yes.
Any
Rolling
song that gets radio play by Limp Bizkit has been done to
by
death.
Limp Bizkit, absolutely.
Break Stuff.
Just one of those days.
Best song that they ever recorded ever was their cover of The Who, the Behind Blue Eyes.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just take out that little LIMP in the middle, and it's a fucking perfect song.
I did it all for the nookie.
So you could take that cookie.
That is my teenage.
You like a little biscuit? You like some biscuit?
Oh, fucking hell!
Devin Sawa retweeted somebody's podcast today on Twitter, and he's like, "Finally, somebody that understands this movie." And I'm like, "Please explain. Please explain what we missed." I'd be fascinated because, like, I gave the movie a fair shake, and I'm like, "What are we doing?"
No. Oh, Devin, super chat. Thank you. $5. Pink Floyd, both Roger Waters and Syd Barrett.
Was that for your topic yesterday?
Ooh, is it? Is it for
bands that continued?
Bands that kept going? Pink Floyd, I don't think there's anything by Pink Floyd that I'm
the only song you could even begin to talk about is Another Brick in the Wall, but I'm not sick of that song.
Yeah, I'm okay with Pink Floyd, to be honest with you. Money.
Comfortably Numb is one of my favorite songs ever. Like the two guitar solos in that song are some of my favorites.
Yeah. I mean, I can get. I think you get somebody maybe 5-10 years older than me, it might be a different story. But Pink Floyd never really registered with me as far as, you know, being sick of or getting way too much play. And Pink Floyd and Rush is another one that, you know, I'm too young to have experienced their popularity. Pink Floyd is music genius.
The movie Fred made was based off a real fan that Fred had. It doesn't make the movie any better, though. I'm sorry. The Fanatic was just, it loops back around. I mean, it's one of those so bad that it's fun to watch kind of movies, but I don't know what Travolta was doing. I don't know some
So
of that dialogue.
yeah,
Putting Limp Bizkit in the movie. It's like,
so Fred Durst had somebody who was borderline on the spectrum that was stalking him, because explain to me why John Travolta was the way he was in that movie, and
gets his
help me
fucking eye
understand.
stabbed and all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
And
Oh, the fucking when he did the British thing too, it's just awful.
poppycock. Poppycock.
Poppycock. Poppycock.
I remember watching an interview with him before the movie came out, and he was getting interviewed, and they're like, all right, John, he's coming out with a new movie this weekend called The Fanatic. It's getting rave reviews. John Travolta. And then he sits down and he's like, oh, I'm very proud of the movie. And it's just, I know you got to play the game a little bit, but
Sure.
you watch the movie and you're like, fuck.
What part are you proud of?
What's the status on that Face Off 2 script?
Yeah.
Tarantino, he needs you again. Come on.
Cheers, Gabriel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just having a cold one. I got a poo. Yeah, like that
First
being
line of
his
the movie
opening line is just like, what?
really sets the tone.
What?
I still can't get over the whole you like a little biscuit, and it's just like, dude, in your own fucking movie.
Yeah. Why? What?
And there was a story that was actually Devin Sawa's suggestion. And like, I don't give a fuck whose suggestion it is. Like, if I'm making a movie, you ain't putting my YouTube shit in the background. I don't give a fuck how big of a fan you are.
Exactly my point. If somebody was like, hey, let me put one of your fucking comedy things in, I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
That's insane. Even if it's your idea, people are gonna think I'm a fucking egomaniac. It's not happening. Most of Floyd's stuff doesn't get radio play. You never hear tracks from Saucer Full of Secrets I can't pronounce that.
Yeah, it's just
whatever.
those 3 songs. It's just Another Brick in the Wall, Comfortably Numb, and Money. That's it.
Yeah. Which is kind of a good thing. What are you familiar with Coheed and Cambria?
I've heard of them, but I've never listened to them. There's a whole genre of metal that's just like the real deep throaty shit that I can't get into. Like Kill Switch is about as far as I can go.
No, Coheed is more prog rock. They're the type that you have to listen to the album start to finish. It's they're a bit pretentious. I'll say that much. Perhaps, but yeah, it's kind of hard. You can't isolate any of their music because you got to listen to the whole fucking thing. I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. I'll give you that. That's fair. Decide and Bolt Thrower are amazing. I'll take your word for it. I don't know what the fuck. The biscuit reference was beyond self-indulgent. Reminds me of when Von Trier referenced his own movies and house that Jack built.
Talk about pretentious.
Yeah.
That fucking movie.
I Am the Best. Oh, wait. Pardon. Sorry. Money takes precedence. $5, Stephen Lotz. Thank you very much. Ice-T's Body Count, especially on the Universal Soldier soundtrack. Body Count. I
The one's
want
a cop killer.
Yeah, I want to say I'm familiar with that. He covered what the fuck? What the fuck is this song? Shit. And he did it his own way. Fuck, what's the name of this song? Where uh I just got home from work and I just want to play some fucking Xbox. No, it's not Colors. It's a fucking Suicidal Tendencies song. What the fuck is the name of it? Fuck. I hate my brain. I fucking hate it.
I have no idea.
Shit. I hate the delay too because Institutionalized. That's it. Oh my God. It's so fucking funny. And it's very, very not friendly to the current community because he makes a phone call to Google to reset his password, and there's a very stereotypical Middle Eastern man on the phone, and it's I'll have to send you a link. Yeah, I'll have to send you a link. It's quite oh, whatever. Let me just stop talking. Devil Knot, $5. Thank you. Cody, they were one of your favorite underrated movies, Judgment Night.
Okay.
Oh, right. Body Count. Yeah. Yeah, there were.
Love that movie.
Where's that fucking Blu-ray?
Back there.
It's on Blu-ray?
It was. I don't know. There's some movies that just kind of come and go, but I definitely have a Blu-ray of it. Maybe it's a foreign copy. Let me look. Now I'm curious.
Is Hey Man, Nice Shot the only Filter song that gets radio play? I have heard other stuff from them, not realizing it. I'm a fairly decent Filter fan. Have you not heard Do You Want to Take My Picture? Because that was a pretty son of a yep, German. Yeah, take my if anything, I would probably put that in this category. But Filter has a couple of tracks other than Hey Man, Nice Shot. Hey Man, Nice Shot's just fucking huge. But yeah, Do You Want to Take My Picture? I want to say there was at least another one.
Come on, Filter.
Yeah. They're asking if anything other than Hey Man, Nice Shot. And I said take a picture. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah. I enjoyed their album. Actually, I have two of their albums, and not the one with Hey Man, Nice Shot on it. I have the one with Take a Picture on it. They're all right. They're all right.
The cable guy. I want to hear it.
All right, we've been going for it's almost tomorrow. So how do you want to wrap up this shindig?
Stop listening to the fucking radio. Peace.
Listen to the whole album, motherfucker.
Yeah. Have you heard anything from Scrotum Puncture? I don't think I would give them a chance. Something about that name doesn't scream quality to me.
Well, there was a band called Anal Cunt for a while.
Yeah.
And there goes my AdSense. Awesome. Good job. Thanks. You tricked me. Yeah, I beat you to it, Logan. Sorry.
Now, if they didn't catch you, they didn't catch you saying it. They caught you with
Yeah,
the text.
yeah. Do you have any last ones before we take off?
No, I got through my whole list, all 85 of them.
All right. Let me just quadruple check here. Anything? What do I got? What do I got? What do I got? This isn't really. I hate closing with this, but The Distance by Cake. That got played like
I'd have to
way
hear
too
it.
much. I'm not a big fan of their style. He's going for distance. He's going for speed. Like he's just monotone. There's
Doing the Lou
nothing.
Reed thing. Just want to
Yeah,
talk.
there's not much to Cake, and it got played out to fucking death.
Ugh.
Devin Lott, $5, thank you. Rapid fire best soundtracks, non-horror.
Non-horror. You just took away all the best ones. Judgment Night.
Soundtracks. Fuck.
Every soundtrack that I've ever owned has been a horror soundtrack for the most part. The Wedding Singer.
Cable Guy. I liked Cable Guy soundtrack. Cable Google blah.
What was that movie I just saw recently that had a good soundtrack in it? Fuck. Now I gotta look at my reviews.
Fucking soundtracks. I mean, if you want me to say scores, I can go fucking berserk, but soundtrack. Triple X. I remember I had that soundtrack. I don't know why. Almost Famous. Corey, you win.
Sonic 2. Sonic 2 actually had a good soundtrack.
I'm sorry, what?
Sonic 2.
As in the video game character Sonic?
Yeah, the Jim Carrey movie that just came out like a month or two ago had a good soundtrack.
What is on that soundtrack?
Shit. I remember it because I forgot to say it in my review, and I was like, fuck, I should talk about the soundtrack. Let's see here.
Sonic 2.
I swear to God.
Of all
I think I'm
things.
bullshitting. It's Tricky by Run DMC.
Tricky. Bam, bam, down.
I'm trying to think of some other. Fuck, they got a whole list of shit that's not even Uptown Funk. Barracuda. Walk by Pantera.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is that on Sonic 2?
Walk? It's whenever Dr. Robotnik gets into his gigantic like robot mech suit or whatever, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, and he's going for Sonic, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah!
That's fucking badass.
The movie's good, man. I'm telling you.
Shit, I might have to watch the movie based on music alone.
It's good. They're in a fucking bar, and Sonic and Tails have to do a dance off, so they they do it. They got It's Tricky at first, and then it goes into Uptown Funk, and it's good.
Holy shit!
Like, there's an argument out there that it's the best video game movie ever made, and I can't. Not that it's a high bar, but I think I put it at number 2, just behind the first Mortal Kombat, purely for nostalgia. But it's good. Confusion.
I'm not quite. The government shut down the radio broken to this day to get rid of anti-war views from the segment of
that sounds like a troll. Even the name. Add college FM stations to Spotify.
White adolescent males. All right. Have a nice night. Yeah, you're on the Ben Shapiro's a couple of channels over. fucking weirdo. Trevor says Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness has a great soundtrack. I have yet to see that.
I don't remember any songs in that movie. You talking about a score? By Danny Elfman. Yeah, that's the score, not the soundtrack.
Yeah. A soundtrack
is copyrighted songs that are
bands playing songs with singing and stuff in it. A score is like, what you hear like underneath the orchestra. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks to everybody in the chat. Thank you for the super chats.
Back to School. Hey, there you go. School's out. Or School of Rock. School of Rock's a good soundtrack. Go ahead.
Ooh.
That made me think of it.
Last Action Hero. Good, yeah. Last Action Hero is a very good soundtrack. Karate Kid 1984.
Cry my throat.
The Bodyguard.
If you like Whitney.
Did you guys check out 13 Fanboy? I turned it off at a certain point. I'll let you figure out what part. I didn't put him up to that. I swear to God, I didn't put him up to that.
No comment. Can't fucking go 5 minutes.
It's a really decent idea. Deborah Voorhees is a sweetheart. I really wish her the best. I hope she takes some notes from that experience and keeps going.
I'm extremely jaded. I know hers isn't exactly a fan film, but the whole fan film and similar things, it just every single time one comes out, the whole horror community just screams from the mountaintops about how incredible it is.
Yep.
And I've seen too many where I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? To where like anytime now I don't even listen. Yeah. I don't know what to actually check out because everybody says the same shit about everyone. Yeah. Roseblood is amazing.
Fuck that.
Friday the 13th Vengeance is amazing. And it's just like
I just sat through Roseblood.
Any fucking standards whatsoever.
Roseblood made me decide that if somebody wants me to do a live reaction, I'm going to charge.
I stopped covering fan films after Voorhees.
Oh.
With the exception of anything that Vince or Dave does.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, like when you build a rapport and you have a bit of a reputation that you can hang your reputation on, then
Vince has earned my trust, first of all, besides the fact that I consider him a friend. If I never talk to the guy, I'm like, okay, well, I'm definitely going to check out what he does. Dave is obviously a friend, but now after watching It's Me, Billy, he's also earned my trust.
That was solid. That was really, really solid.
Yes.
Hey, Dale, thank you so much. $1.99. Just felt like dropping this. You guys are badass. And you are equally as ass bad.
But yeah, fucking Voorhees was like 2 years of, hey man, you want to react to this? Hey man, you want to react to this? I got a new article. You want to react to this article? A fucking article? Yeah. And I did probably 2 or 3 trailer reactions. And then whenever it came time for the movie, the only way to reciprocate to a creator is to give them early access so they can get their review out before everybody else. Nope. And then I got some bullshit excuses like, well, I couldn't do that because it was scheduled for a premiere. I'm like, that's why you make a second upload that is unlisted and you only give that copy to people that you are trying to have promote it.
And he had you in the credits.
Yeah, that's what he messaged me. I think you did a live stream where you were talking about the movie or talking about the guy that was jumping all over you about your talk about the movie, one or the other. And I was in the chat basically saying what I just said now. And I got a private message. He's like, I credited you in the movie, right? I'm like, cool. That doesn't help me at all. From what I hear after everybody I know that has seen the movie, strike my name from the record, please.
And that's exactly what I said. I said, actually, thank God that my name's not on here. I would ask to not be listed on this fucking shit.
Yeah. So that just That combined with another guy that did an independent horror movie that he just didn't even really give me an option. He sent me $50 randomly and was
I'd
just like, "Hey,
watch it.
can you watch my movie?"
I'd watch it
And
for that.
yeah, oh no, I watched it, but
Mhm.
then I didn't like it at all. It was like a Bigfoot like sea level horror movie, and I was like,
Mm.
oh, fuck. And so I didn't do a standalone review. What I ended up doing was I was doing like a live show and I was like, hey guys, there's this independent movie out. You can find it here. If you like this type of movie, if you like this kind of stuff, if you're into this, you'll probably like it. And that was all I said because
Mhm.
I'm like, I feel, and I hate being in that position, but I'm like, I felt awkward. Like the dude just threw me $50 without even a fucking like really giving me much of an option. And I don't want to come on and say this movie's fucking horrible.
Yep.
But I was just kind of like, hey, if you're interested, go give it a shot. And then him and some other guys were shitting all over anybody that dissed their movie. And it's just like, guys, don't play
Yeah.
in this fucking sandbox if you can't
Yeah.
take criticism. If you think that
Yeah.
you're fucking Scorsese right out of the gate with your little iPhone movie that you made, just
Yeah. If you're
don't talk
gonna
to anybody that has a YouTube channel.
buy people saying not good shit about your movie, then just fucking pay people to like you. Like what the fuck?
It was even
You're
more
not.
awkward because the director stars in the movie and he shows his dick in the movie. And I'm just like,
Yes.
you realize you paid me $50 basically to look at your dick. Like, that's a little weird. I know there's movie wrapped around it, but still.
There's movie wrapped around his dick. That's crazy.
hmm
Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. You get if you want me to genuinely watch your movie and critique it and not just be a fucking fanboy,
hmm
you gotta let me have two for your one. I'll give you a positive, but if it's atrocious, you're getting two notes from me. Like,
hmm Do better.
yeah, yeah. It was in focus. Great job. You finished it. Great job.
hmm
Now, what the fuck with the script? All right,
Yeah.
Cody, what do you got coming up on the good old Cody Leach channel?
Tomorrow, I'm debuting my first ever tier list video. I caved finally. I've had people ask me to do one of those tier lists for a couple of years now, and I was like, fine, fuck it, I'll try it. So I'm doing a Nightmare on Elm Street tier list ranking tomorrow. The rest of the week's a little tricky because Uncle Sean Chandler is going to be heading my way Thursday afternoon, staying the night. Friday, we're driving to Orlando. Saturday, we're doing a panel in Orlando. Sunday, I'm driving home. So I might be able to get something done for the weekend, but I don't know what. I know that new Alex Garland movie's out, Men, that everybody's kind of talking about a little bit. So I'm curious about that, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to watch it. I would like at some point soon to get a review out for the original Jurassic Park. I want to review those before the new one comes out, but I don't know when exactly. So the only thing I can
The
promise you,
93 version?
yeah, I've never
Oh, okay.
reviewed any of them except for Fallen Kingdom. So I just want to review the other, review the first four before the new one comes out, which is in like a month. So Friday tier list tomorrow. That caught me off guard, and I was like, "Whoa,
I'm
noise!"
sorry. There's this thing. I was just dying to see what it does.
Damn, we could have had a blast with that.
Guys, please, enough. I got. Yeah, all right. We appreciate it. Really, we appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go.
You're too kind. Oh wait, Devin, stop. We're done now. Joe Esposito, y'all the best around. I don't understand that.
Is that the song from Karate Kid?
Joe Esposito, y'all the best around.
You're the best around.
Oh,
I don't know if that's the name of the artist, but that's just all I saw when it said "y'all the best
it
around."
sounds like it. Yeah. All right. Good job.
Never gonna keep you down.
And me, I'm doctor's orders. I might be getting surgery soon, so um, it streams for a little bit, and somebody brought it up, and at the very least, I think when 31 on 31 wraps, will probably join these gentlemen for the debrief. So there's that. And also, depending on the situation here at the house, the Serbian film project should be done sometime. Little tumultuous. The ground's a little shaky here at the home front.
Are you editing that, or is that a live stream?
No, we haven't shot it yet because somebody's in a mood.
What, provided they're out of a mood, are you live streaming or are you shooting it and then editing it?
No, shooting it and then editing it.
Okay.
Because I want to be able for people to see what. I mean, I'm going to have to blur things out, but I want people to see what the reaction is. So,
gotcha. Okay.
And plus, rather than it be a fucking 90-minute video, just maybe like a 15-minute video of just the greatest hits.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. All right. So, until next time, America. Goodbye.